Hey guys, and welcome back to Left on Red. It's your girl Sierra, and I just wanted to make this episode to give some quick updates. If you're listening to this episode, thank you so much for being here, seriously, because in the last episode, I talked about some amazing updates and how season 2 was coming and all these really good things. And then I've been ghost on social with Left on Red. There's not been any episodes since August. So I just want to come on here and chat for a bit. So first off, I want to say that Secrets in the Sand, the narrative podcast I've been writing with my co-writer, directing, pretty much producing, getting all the stuff off the ground. The artwork is finished, the trailer is done, and I'm really excited about it. There's still so much to do, but hopefully in the oncoming weeks I can release it and share with you guys. So I'm excited about that. And I know it may not sound like I'm super excited about it in my voice at this moment. It's just because there's been so many things, but that's the first thing. So that is coming. It's on its way. But I don't want to make this episode about that because since the last time we chatted, I was like, we're gonna be back-to-back episodes, and season 2 is coming. Season 2 is still very much coming. The only thing is I'm thinking about a rebrand with Left on Red, and there's been a few things with Left on Red that I just have not been happy with. A few things that have been happening that has just been really unfortunate. So jumping right into that is when I started Left on Red, I was in college. So this is a while ago. And the conversation around dating is a bit different then versus now. And I don't want Left on Red to be associated with a toxic dating even though I don't think that of us. I don't want to be associated as this toxic dating podcast talking about the same 5 topics. Who splits the bill? Who opens the door first? Who should I'm really tired of that narrative and conversations we constantly have around dating, because I'm at the point of do what you want. I did started Left on Red truly because I enjoyed having conversations with different people, getting their perspective on dating issues and how they will handle things. And I was doing that way before I started the podcast. When I worked in college in the union, I would talk to obviously all of my peers, my friends, people I worked with, any of the staff that would want to, have that conversation. I just truly enjoy these types of conversations. And I feel like everyone now, not just everyone has a podcast, but everybody has the same type of podcast. The guys are talking about the same thing. It's just super toxic. And anytime I tell somebody I have a podcast, they immediately think of that. I've also been grouped to people are like, oh, well, aren't you a dating person? Shouldn't you know more? And I'm like, I never advertise myself to be a dating coach, expert, anything. I'm like, I like to podcast to talk about new perspectives, thought-provoking topics. I want to know a bit more. And then obviously a lot of it comes off of what's happening in my life, telling you guys this is what's going on in my life. What would you do? What did I do? What are you thinking? And having that type of conversation. And so I just feel like this dating realm and it's just it's so toxic. I don't want to be a part of it, and I don't want Left on Red to be associated with it. And so that's where I'm at. I love talking about dating. I really do enjoy it, honestly, but I think lately I have not been enjoying it because it just feels so toxic. No matter what you say or what you do, it's not about being right, but it's just no matter what you say or what you do, you're instantly wrong. If you're not this type of person, nobody's ever going to want you. If you don't look like this, nobody's ever going to want you. And it's just so exhausting, and I'm exhausted. So there may be a rebrand on the way, and I would love if that could coincide with season 2 as I'm working on the narrative podcast Secrets in the Sand, getting that out, because I just don't like it. I don't like being associated with that. I don't like the way certain people treat me when I say I podcast, or I don't know. It's just nothing positive in my opinion, besides you guys. Okay, like I said, the DMs, the reviews, the genuine love I get from you guys is what keeps me going. It's podcasting is, I guess it could be fairly easy, but it's not, especially at the time when I was treating it like a job, and now. So it can be difficult, and you guys keep me going. I just feel like the opinions and the looks and the narrative around Left on Red is not what I want. So there will be a bit of a shakeup. A bit of a shakeup, a bit of a rebrand. That is where I'm at with Left on Red. So we'll see. But season 2, what's crazy is that I have all of these episodes like with the guest. I have all these like really, really great episodes recorded and ready to go. But I just don't feel ready to launch. Like, I don't feel ready to launch it. And I don't like doing anything without it being 100%. So season 2 is on the way. It's on the way. It's coming. It's just not ready. It's truly like the episodes are ready, but the way I'm thinking and want to evolve Left on Red is not ready. So that's where we're at. And then I also want to talk about some of my personal failures, in my opinion, with Left on Red. I didn't tell anyone this because I felt like, well, if I lost, I didn't want to explain why. So I entered the Signal Awards. If you don't know what that is, it's an award for podcasting owned by the Weeby Awards, which has been around for forever. They are just amazing. And so the Signal Awards is a subsidiary of the Weeby Awards, and it's for podcasting. They have all these different categories, and I entered Left on Red for Best Independent Podcast and Best Conversation Starter. And on the 19th of September, the finalists were announced, and I got an email at 8 o'clock in the morning saying, "Hi, Sierra. Unfortunately, your entries did not make it." And that was tough. That was really tough. And I said, you know what? I went up against the best of the best. I entered. That's fine. I also entered the trailer for Secrets in the Sand for a competition with Spotify as well on the 15th of September. And all you were supposed to enter was your recorded trailer and what's the podcast going to be about. And I got an email on yesterday, because today's I'm recording this episode on Tuesday. So yesterday, saying, "Hi, Sierra. Unfortunately, it wasn't picked." And so when you get a few back-to-back emails of like, "I'm sorry, it's not you. I'm sorry. Your work wasn't good enough. I'm sorry. You went up against the best, but I'm sorry." It does something to you. And I'm getting so emotional saying this because obviously, as whatever you want to categorize yourself as, if you're a creator, entrepreneur, or as that person that's putting out this piece of work or pieces of work, and to constantly be denied, it sucks. And you just start to question, like, is anything ever gonna stick or ever gonna work? And that's how I feel right now. is like nothing has been working out. And so I'm like, okay, does this mean I should pivot and or not even pivot, but should I stop completely? Um, and you guys have been on this journey with me. As you guys know, I had my whole Eat, Pray, Love last year, and I came back to the US with every intention of moving to London and living in, living in the UK and being able to just go over to Europe whenever and live that type of lifestyle. And I ended up getting laid off. And I went into the year being laid off, feeling the shittiest I ever felt. The guy was whatever that was, that situationship failed epically, and then being severely depressed, only to get another job to be laid off 6 weeks later again, to starting left on red again, um, and dealing with all of those emotions, and really just working my ass off to having someone be quote unquote a mentor to me that wasn't, and truly hurt me beyond measure. Um, and to also go to Atlanta when I I really didn't have the money, guys. Like if I can explain to you what really not have money means, that was when I was in Atlanta, only to be in Atlanta to enter a pitch, to not even make it as it just feels like back to back failure. Like nothing is working. You know, I've been to some great offices and met some great people. And even when I, pitched Left on Red to a producer, he treated it like it was a joke, um, treated me like a huge joke. And it really does, it really does suck. So I guess this episode is a bit of a vent with updates and my true, honest feelings, but there is a rebrand underway, not just with Left on Red, but also with myself. And in the next episode, I'm going to be talking about that. So the next few episodes are going to be about reinventing yourself, and not like, oh, I'm going to reinvent myself and like totally change and like shit on everybody. No, it's more like, how are you going to be the best version for yourself? How are you going to go into another era of your life, to show up in a different way, to enter rooms and enter people to upgrade your life? That is where I'm at, because I don't want to, like, when I think of my life, it feels so close and but so far away at the same time. And I need to change the whole formula to get to what I want. So that's where we're at. That is where we're at. A lot of failure, a lot of changes, but I feel like going into the fall, especially right now, it's the fall. It is fully fall weather. It's freezing here in New York. It's on its 5th day of raining nonstop. Like, guys, for 5 days straight, it's been dark, gloomy, sad, depressed. Like, this is hibernation time, and this is the time to like get it together and go in to be the best you. So that's where I'm at. Going in to be the best me. And it's gonna be like a bit rough, but I'm excited for it. That's what's keeping me like up and going. And I guess to give you guys an update as well on the dating life, it's very much non-existent at the moment, which is really, really sad. And I think it's been like that because I've been so focused career-wise and like, what am I going to do next? And, I've truly have been juggling a lot of things. Like I said, I'm very grateful. You guys have been with me since when I had no job. when this was my job, like when this was literally my job. You guys have been with me since then. But I got to a point where I had, for going from no job to doing my office job, freelancing with a beauty company that I've worked for before, and then of course doing the podcast, and then pivoting from that to getting another job, which we'll talk about in the next episode, doing my office job, doing Left on Red, and doing my freelancing. I was like juggling 4 things at once. But next week I can talk about the new job and what's going on with that. But we're gonna get there. And I don't know how you, like, I want to know how you guys are feeling. Are you feeling like you need to reinvent yourself? Do you feel like people aren't taking you serious? Do you feel like you need to step into your higher self and power? Like, where are you guys? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not in the best place, but I already feel better. Like, after, like, in, like, even now, like, recording this episode, I already feel so much better. And like I said, like I always say, Left on Red is a community first. And that's what will continue to be. So I'm ready to step into who Sierra really is. I'm ready to rebrand Left on Red. Like I said, I started this in college and I loved it. I really, really, like, it was just very different then and now, then versus now. And so, and I feel like I'm very different from college to now, and I want that to be reflected. So that's where I'm at, guys. That is truly where I'm at. So I will talk to you guys later. See you in the next episode. DM me, write me, let me know how you guys are doing. You guys know I always respond to DMs. I truly love talking to you guys and hearing from you guys. Keeps me going. So this is Rebrand, from failure to success, question mark. I don't know what I'm naming this episode yet because we haven't seen the success, but you guys are my success, truly. So thank you for listening. I know I have not been consistent. I suck. But I really do love you guys. The support is loved. The support, I can't even measure it. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.